Blood trickled down my forehead, drop by drop. Neither of us spoke, just glared at each other in the frigid air. I remembered 7 years ago. Serafina's family company, Hayes Corp, faced a financial crisis. Her father brought her to my doorstep to propose a marriage alliance. Serafina was at her peak then, as beautiful as an angel. I was very much in love with her. Plus, she was my college crush, my one who got away, so I agreed to her father's proposal. But Serafina rarely smiled. She never refused to share a room with me, but her only conditions were that I couldn't kiss her lips and had to wear 3 condoms. I thought it was just her extreme germophobia, until one day, while shopping, I saw her and Derek walking hand in hand in the mall, even kissing occasionally. It was then that I understood. Derek was her unrequited love, her white moonlight, and her so-called germophobia was only for me. I untied my tie and wiped the blood from my forehead. Serafina was momentarily stunned. Perhaps she hadn't expected her actions to have such consequences, but it didn't matter anymore. Derek suddenly reached out and grabbed Serafina's hand, his face full of feigned hurt. "Serafina, please don't fight. Is my presence causing trouble between you two? Maybe I should just leave the company. I'm so sorry, Liam. It's all my fault. Please don't blame. Can you just shut up?" I snarled, staring coldly at Derek. His voice was utterly grating and irritating. He wasn't genuinely apologizing. He was probably celebrating inside. Serafina, however, was incredibly sympathetic, comforting him. "It's not your fault. Why apologize to him? Liam, apologize to Derek right now." Her voice held an undeniable authority, but I was just as unwilling to yield to her. Just then, several voices echoed from outside the door. "Serafina, why should you grovel for an apology from him? Why not just fire him and kick him out?" "Exactly. He thinks he can hog everything just because he married you. If Hayes Corp hadn't been in trouble back then, you never would have married him. He's the one who broke you two up." Ha, there they were, those vultures, squawking again. They'd always used their friendship with Serafina to sneer and mock me. If it weren't for Serafina, I would have put those dogs in their place long ago. "What do you mean, broke us up? Hayes Corp was on the verge of bankruptcy and came begging me for a marriage alliance to save it. Where were all of you then? Why didn't you jump out and say it would break up Serafina and Derek? Where were you then? Let me think. Ah, right. You were all hiding from her, afraid she'd ask you for money, so you didn't just hide. You blocked her, didn't you?" I watched those hypocrites with a cold, humorless smile. They were so furious they couldn't utter a word in rebuttal, just stared, wide-eyed, for what felt like an eternity. "That's enough, Liam. If you have a problem, take it out on me, not my friends. The divorce papers will be sent by my lawyer later today." "Liam!" I was already out of the office when she screamed my name. As I walked through the building, I noticed all the employees giving me strange looks. Mr. Hayes finally stood up for himself. "You wouldn't believe it. Serafina and Derek often nap together on the same couch. Yeah, sometimes when you pass the office, you can even hear suggestive noises." Just then, I got a call from my housekeeper at home. "Mr. Hayes, you need to come home right away. A woman claiming to be Derek's mother just let herself in with a key. She brought a lot of relatives and said this is her home now, and she's staying permanently. They even kicked me out. Even your mother came to visit you, but that woman drove her away with her behavior." No sooner had the housekeeper finished than I received another call. My mother, Eleanor's voice on the phone was seething. "Liam, look at the woman you married. Her blatant affair with that boy toy is now public knowledge. Even your own home has become his family's home. You need to divorce Serafina immediately. It's better to have no wife than a woman like her." My rage flared. I stomped to the parking garage to get my car, only to find it gone. I asked security to pull up the surveillance footage to see who took it. When I saw Derek's smug, arrogant face, I smiled a truly chilling smile. "Call the police for me. Taking my car without my permission is theft." But Ms. Hayes gave him. I clapped the security guard on the shoulder. "Either call the police or pack your things and go home. Your choice." Without another word, the security guard quickly pulled out his phone and dialed. Only then did I turn and leave, asking my assistant to bring another car to drive me home.